osteogenesis. It is responsible for the initiation of male secondary sex characteristics. Then it maintains sex drive. That's the libido. Androgen is responsible for that, or what we call testosterone. It also reduces the deposition, it reduces fat deposition and enhances muscular or skeletal growth. Androgen promotes the growth of accessory sex gland. The next one is estrogen. Estrogen is found in the female. It promotes egg production through oogenesis. Then it stimulates the development of the female secondary sex characteristics. It initiates blood supply as well as water content of the uterus. Estrogen induces rapid multiplication of epithelium in the vagina. The next hormone is the follicle stimulating hormone, that's the FSH. It's also found in the female. It stimulates the growth of the ovarian follicle. The next hormone is the luteinizing hormone. It's also found in the female. It causes the rupture of the follicle and subsequent release of ova. It also stimulates the secretion of ovarian hormones, that is estrogen and progesterone. Now, progesterone is found in the female. It ensures the development of uterus and implantation of fertilized ovum. It inhibits osteos, that is, it prevents the ripening of more follicles. You know, progesterone is high in the female when pregnancy or gestation is in place. So it prevents further secretion of or further release of eggs in the female for fertilization. That's what it does. Then it causes the development of alveoli in the mammary gland. Then it ensures the continuance of the pregnancy. Progesterone is the pregnancy hormone. Then oxytocin is the next hormone. It is found in the female too. It aids the contraction of the female uterine muscles during pregnancy. Then it affects the mammary gland after birth by causing milk letdown. Oxytocin is responsible for milk letdown. It helps the mammary gland to contract, so milk will come. Then it promotes the transport of spermatozoa in the female genital tract. So those are hormones in the main reproductive hormones in the animals, both male and female, and their functions. We will now be considering livestock management. Earlier in the class, we looked at the anatomy and the physiology of our animals, the parts of their body, the various functions, and how their body function for reproduction, lactation, ostrich cycle, mating, heat period, and the likes. But now we want to look at how to manage our livestock, how best to take care of them, how to treat them, what they love and what they don't. So livestock management is the rearing of animals and birds, the act of rearing and managing our livestock, our animals and birds on the farm. And first in that category, we'll be looking at poultry. We'll be looking at our farm animals. We'll be looking at all of them, in beef, poultry, rabbits, goats, and the likes. But first, we'll be looking at poultry. Poultry are a group of birds that are reared for food and for other purposes. Our birds that we rear for food and other purposes are called poultry, and they include the domestic fowl, turkey, goose, guinea fowl, and duck. Those are the category of birds that are called poultry. They are mainly reared for their meat, their eggs, and their manure. So three things we get from our poultry: meat, egg, manure. Then they are non-ruminants. We're talking about ruminants and non-ruminants in the previous lesson, and we talked about the various characteristics. Then we talked about digestion even in domestic fowl. So poultry are non-ruminants. Now we'll be looking at the various terms that are used in poultry. Cock. When you hear cock, cock means a male fowl that is above a year. A male fowl that is above a year is referred to as cock. Then cockerel is a male fowl that is below 1 year. A male fowl below 1 year is cockerel, while a male fowl above a year is called cock. Then hen. Hen is a female fowl that is above a year. while pullet is a female fowl below 1 year. Chick is a young fowl that has just been hatched between 0 to 6 weeks. That's what we call chick. So those are the ones you can sell to go to other farmers that want to raise them in other places. So chick is a young fowl between 0 and 6 weeks. Then capon is a castrated male fowl. That is, the reproductive organ has been removed. It cannot reproduce, it cannot mate with a female. That is called a capon. Then caponization is the act or process of castrating a fowl. When you castrate a fowl, the process is called caponization. Then treading is the act of mating in fowl. The act of mating in fowl is called treading. A grower is a fowl between 7 and 19 weeks. Between 7 to 19 weeks is called a grower. Then a layer is a female fowl over 20 weeks that can lay eggs. That's where you get your eggs from. You want to fry egg for your yam, you want to boil egg, eating eggs, you don't know where they come from. It's a layer that lays those eggs, and the layer is a female fowl that's above 20 weeks and can lay eggs. A broiler is a fowl that is reared for meat. It doesn't lay eggs, it's just for its meat that is raised. Then a clutch is a group of young chicks. They are hatched together at the same time, so they are called clutch. Then a flock is a group of fowls, while chicken is the meat that you get from fowl. So you say you want to buy chicken, you want to buy turkey. Chicken is the meat that you get after you've killed the fowl. Then the meat is called chicken. So now we're talking about the big breeds of domestic fowl. And we have the egg producers, those that lay eggs majorly. Then we have meat producers, and those ones are broilers, like I explained. Then we have those ones that are dual purpose fowls, that is, they produce egg and at the same time they are meat producers. So egg producers, examples of breeds of domestic fowl that are egg producers, we have the white leghorn, then the brown leghorn. Those are egg producers. If you want to focus on egg production, then go for white leghorn or brown leghorn. Then the second category is the meat producers, and those are broilers. Example, we have the Success, we have the Cornish and the Cockshee. They are broilers. They are majorly for meat production. Then the dual purpose fowls, that is those that produce eggs and at the same time meat. Examples, we have Rhode Island Red, we have the Plymouth Rock, and then the New Hampshire. Those are dual purpose fowl. So 3 breeds of domestic fowl: the egg producers, the meat producers, and the dual purpose, those that produce egg and meat. Then poultry equipment and their main uses. We'll be talking about the various equipments that we use in poultry and what are they used for. First, we have follows. Follows is for housing poultry beds. Then we have the battery cage. That is also housing. It's for housing, but it's mainly for layers. Those that lay eggs, so their eggs, it has a structure whereby the eggs can roll to safely, that you can easily pick it. So that's battery cage. Then we have what we call debeakers. Debeakers is used for reducing the beak. That's the mouth part of the poultry. Once you cut it, you want to reduce it, it's too long. Because if the beak is sharp, why do we the beak? If the beak is sharp, the hen can easily just destroy its egg. The fowl just perch on it and break it. Then that's a loss for you as a farmer. So that's why we debeak them. So, and the instrument used in reducing the length of the beak is called debeakers. Then we have incubator. Incubator is an artificial material for hatching fertile eggs. You want to get new chicks, then you don't want the fowl to have to do that. You lay on the eggs and incubate it itself naturally. Then we use incubators to hatch fertilized egg. Then cannula. Cannula is used in detecting unfertile eggs before you take them to the incubator. You know, some eggs by accident or by whatever means they are not fertile. Instead of you taking all the eggs into the incubator and wasting your whole time, and some eggs are even fertile, you don't have space, just use the candler to check. There's a signal you see. You see signs like a spider web structure through that candler, then you know it's fertile. But when you don't see anything, it's just blank, then you know that this is an unfertile egg. You can easily and quickly discard it without wasting your time. Then buckets are used for fetching water for the poultry. Then we use feeders, or what we call hoppers. They are used to feed the birds. Then drinkers also put water there and the birds drink from there. Then we have the hypodermic syringe and needle. That's used for injecting the bird when they need immunization. You need to give or introduce them to something, to a particular drug or injection to make them healthier or produce faster for you. Then we use the hypodermic syringe and needle. Then we have the nesting box. Nesting box is for laying eggs. Creep, feed, cool, and run. That's the housing for a brooding hen. A creep, feed, cool, and run. Then we have what we call brooder. Brooder provides warmth for the birds. So you use the brooder to provide warmth for the birds, especially when the weather is cold. Then we have mash box. That's used for feeding young chickens. Then we have egg trays and crates. So you keep